How about now? Can you hear me? I don't know what's happening. Of course, the one day. Can you hear me now? No sound. All right. Yeah, my mic, something happened. Oh, I'm good now. J Rod says I'm good. Bio, can you hear me? Val, can you hear me? On the air. All right, good. All right, let me start over here again. I mean, this was not the start that I wanted, but when I started to hit the live and the countdown went on, the I wasn't getting any light. I wasn't getting any type of response from the audio interface that I'm using. And therefore, I was saying to myself, what the hell happened? It was working a second ago. Obviously, before I came in, it was working. That's why you didn't see me on stage right away. You saw the blue screen because here I am fiddling around with the situation regarding the audio interface. Yeah, it was a bit dicey to say the least. So look at this. All right, so this is good to know. Yes, J Rod saying hello. Thank you for that bio. Actually sitting on the side. Nice. Is there still light out there? I'm wondering. Is it still light? All right, let's start bringing in everybody. Let me add to the stage my man there. None other than, oh, he's rocking the Kobe back there. And look at this, Val. All right, Val, good to see you. And Bio, of course. And yeah, as people start to come in, we'll start adding them in. What is this, J-Rod? It's not light, it's dark out. Oh, so it is dark there by now. What, 8 o'clock? Yeah. No, it's 9 because you're in the same time zone. So, all right. So as we wait for more people to hop on board, I know that Matt Noah may come on board. I know that Ray, he was doing his own live. So we'll see him. J-Rod, of course, right now he's on, but not on with us. So one of the things I want to discuss. Oh, look at this. Hang on a second. I see somebody else coming in. It says device is not connected. Let's see. They will need to connect their mic and camera before you can add them to the stream. Hold on a second. So we will stand by and wait. Oh, I think they're here. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure pop them up and you get a blue screen or you just get nothing. Uh-oh. I see ya. There he is. The J-Rod. What is he walking there?
I don't know how well this is going to work.
So far, so good.
Oh, yeah, it's good. There we go.
Hello.
It's all good.
Hello.
Fishing Angel, how are you?
I'm good, trying to catch a fish.
Yeah, any luck? What's going on?
This is what we're looking at right now.
Wow. And it's funny, it doesn't look pitch dark there, even though he said it's dark out. Nice. No, I see you good. I hear you good. I see you still light in the back. What was that, Fishing Angel?
We're in a pretty populated campground, too, so there's campfires and lights and all that around us, too. So.
Hi, Val.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, that's Fishing Angel.
How are ya?
That's there with.
I'm doing pretty good, Fishing Angel.
All right, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
How you doing up there, Bio?
Oh, hello, Bio. I didn't even see you up there.
It's hot. It's like 100 degrees over here today, so it's hot.
Oh.
It was actually pretty nice today. Here, I think it was only like 78.
Oh, that's nice. 78.
Yeah,
Wow, I'd sign up for that.
You look beautiful, by the way, Val.
Oh, thank
Love the love. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Fishing Angel. All right, so here we go. Let's get it started. Now, I'll moderate. I'll start passing it around. We'll go into and look at this. Here we go. We got another diehard that's getting ready to come to the stage. Now, of course, he's probably going to gloat a little bit because the Yankees were up 5-1.
No,
let's see if we can fit him in there. Yeah, he's laughing. There goes Ray. All right, Ray. You don't have to rub it in to sorry Met fans.
Wait up. Wait up, guys.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to go around.
Here's our
I'll
son.
go around, and how we're going to do this is that whatever it is that's on your mind, we'll unpack it. I'll go last, but I'll moderate. I'll make sure that we try to do this as smooth as possible. But what we'll do is, and I guess we lost, maybe they'll come back on. But what we'll do is we'll go around the horn. Whatever it is what's on your mind, you want to unpack, we'll discuss it, what's going on. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be what's happening in baseball, NFL, NBA, whatever's on your mind. And that's the whole point about the town hall. So I'm going to start with the guy on the left coast, my man, Bio. So what is on your mind tonight? What is it that you'd like to bring up? What would you like to discuss? You have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me first of all?
Yes, loud and clear.
One thing I wanted to bring up was, there's a lot of talk about the Dodgers right now and the, the ownership.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about the Brewers because, the Brewers have been playing good.
Right.
And I was thinking about how they're afraid to make a trade, at the deadline.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, J Reels.
Okay.
What did the 86 World Series mean to you?
Wow. Yeah, it meant everything. Yeah, that was one. I know Ray wants to be the jinx because he said he was born in 86. He was 5 months old, and he's ever since then the Mets haven't won a World Series. Yeah, what it meant to me, it was everything because think about this. Here I was, a boy growing up in the Bronx when the Mets were awful. Now, mind you, in 86, I was living at that time. I was actually living in New Jersey. It was my senior year in high school. But as a boy growing up in the Bronx, especially 76, 77, 78, when the Yankees made the World Series 3 straight years. And of course, 77 was the Midnight Massacre. Tom Seaver gets traded. Dave Kingman gets traded, was my favorite player at the time. And the Mets were awful from 77 to 83. Now, I had moved out of the Bronx in 82, but it was this thing where when we got to 84 and Darryl was a rookie of the year and Dwight Gooden burst onto the scene, and then 85, they bring in Gary Carter, supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle. And then obviously they fell short to the Cardinals that year, and they won 98 games. So imagine that. And then 86, they went out like bandits. They got off to that great start. They swept the Cardinals in late April in 84, and they were off. And between all the brawls that year, between the Houston when Ron Darling, I think Bobby Ojeda, a couple of the guys got busted in Houston. They got into a bar fight, and they called us all these names, and I believe even Whitey Herzog called the Mets and their fans pond scum. And yeah, we had this big bad reputation, and we weren't going to be pushed over. And to think it came this close from that not happening, and that being, of course, Game 6, 86, 5-3, bottom of the 10th, 2 outs, nobody on. I even told my cousin, I turned to him, and I said, and he's a Red Sox fan, JD, as I've said a million times, I said, if you see me in tears, I don't care if 50 years from now you could tease me, you were crying in tears, right? And mind you, he's a Red Sox fan where they hadn't won since 1918. So it was a thing where I knew I was just going to ball out. I was just going to start crying. And then obviously the comeback, and we know what happened. And then 2 nights later, after the rain delay, they were down 3-0 in the 6th inning. Bruce Hurst was dealing. And we all know they came back to tie the game. Ray Knight with the home run in the 7th. Darryl hits the capper in the bottom of the 8th off of Al Nipper. And then Jesse Orosco strikes out Marty Barrett. And it was unbelievable. It meant everything to me. And as you guys know, the Mets are my first love out of all my teams. And to know that suffering from, let's say, 7 to I turned 17 that year, 86. Yeah, those 10 years were rough. And I understand 84, 85 were great because they're on the upswing. But that was my greatest sports moment. And I know you could talk about the Celtic championships, you could talk about the Steelers, you could talk about Georgetown 84, you could talk about the Islanders drive for 5, winning 4 straight. But yeah, nothing was like the Mets winning the World Series.
So you would say then that memory has lasted you a lifetime, pretty much.
It has. But I got news to you. It has lasted me a lifetime, but it's rough because I don't want to continue to hang my hat on 86. I mean, okay. I understand it's there. It's never going to be erased, but enough. And that's not to say that they should have won 2 or 3 World Series since, but it has been 4 years. And yeah, I mean, and I don't know. Do you guys know my theory about the Mets and when they're going to be in the World Series next? Did I
No.
share that with you? I think I have.
No.
All right, hear me out on this. So the Mets in 73, now I understand they won in 69. All right, so 4 years later, they went back to the World Series. And in 73, they played the A's and they lost in 7.
Yeah.
Now,
But
the
that
next time they went
was
to the World Series was 13 years later, 86 World Series. We know what happened then. The next time they're in the World Series after that was 14 years later, 2000, where they lost to, yes, exactly, Ray, to the Yankees. Then the next time they're in the World Series was 15 years later against the Kansas City Royals. So you see a pattern here. So to me, the next time the Mets are going to be in the World Series
31.
is going to be in the year 2031, which will be 16 years after their last appearance. Does it make sense?
That makes sense. I mean, that's a good for betting. That's a good, pattern to follow there if you're betting.
Yeah.
But I would say this though, just about the trade or the lasting you a lifetime. So I had that too with the Dodgers from '88 to 2020.
Yeah.
Those memories lasted a lifetime. And if I look now, I compare these Dodger teams to the Kirk Gibson, Mickey Hatchers, Oral Hershiser's. Those 88 Dodgers will always be closer to my heart. So can you imagine if the Brewers made a trade at the deadline to like get Screwball or a big player, and they were actually able to win a World Series? And even if they didn't win a World Series for the next 50 years, imagine how that memory would last the Brewers fans like it lasted with us.
Yes.
But when you play close to the vest and you don't try, it's hard to get there.
I agree with you 100%, Bio. And it's interesting you say that because I was hoping that the Brewers would have made a move. I was hoping that, and please, Lance McCullers Jr. and obviously he got DFA'd. And who was the other player that they got at the deadline? I mean, it wasn't anybody big, but how I looked at it was, yeah, this is your time to go for it. And even though Brewer fans are in my inbox or whatever, and they're saying that, oh, you say they're good, but then you don't give them credit, or you give them credit, but they're not good enough. I still need to see it. So that's how I look at it. And before I get to Ray and Val, it's a thing where when you're that close and you've been that good, I mean, think about it. They've been good now for 3 years. I mean, they've actually, if they win the division this time, they'll be in the playoffs, I think, 7 of the last 8 years. And for a team that's had that many chances, I mean, do you think they're going to just win a division from now to the end of time the way the Dodgers have? No, you got to seize that opportunity. You got to take that risk. And I understand that they may not have the resources or whatever, or they don't want to part with certain minor league prospects, but come on, you're in this to win the whole thing, not to have the best record and then, we lost to the Dodgers again, or we got pulled by the Cubs. I mean, to me, it's just doing your fans a disservice in that regard. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, so before I get to you, Ray, so to go back to what you said about the Dodgers, it's interesting because when they won that World Series, of course, that's going to be close to your heart because they weren't expected to win that year. And that's when, look at, like, I know what you call it, Ray's a big fan of the Giants. By them beating the Patriots, not once but twice, but that first one when they were going to be undefeated and you beat them, nothing's going to top that. Nothing's going to top that. I don't care what you say, whatever. Not you, Ray, but I don't care what anybody says. Nothing's going to top that.
Absolutely right.
Go ahead.
Absolutely right. To piggyback off what Bio said with his Dodgers, the 2026 championship for the Knicks will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Of course.
Because I would always tell my mom every single year, even when the Knicks were bad, will I ever see a championship? And she would always have the same, you know they don't pay you right. I don't know. I don't understand why you're so invested. I'm like, you're never gonna really understand. Like, cause the true diehard sports fan is gonna take this to the chest. Like,
Yeah. Because for all that you've invested and all that you've watched and the suffering and all, listen, we could go through the whole laundry list of the Knicks over the years.
cause,
And
cause,
yeah,
be-
and when you finally get to that mountaintop, it's just, you're
Cause-
overjoyed.
cause before 2026, I remember 94 like it was yesterday. And that's when I was starting to comprehend what's going on. John Starks going 2 for 11 and 0 for 7 from 3-point range, and
Oh,
getting blocked by Olajuwon the game before
Yep.
with a chance to tie the game. Now, granted, I've also seen the Yankees win 5 championships, but the one that'll always stick with me is 2009, because I was actually in the building for that game.
There you go. Game 6.
Good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's the memory that'll always stick with me. Like, do I want to see another one? Yeah, sure. But I could always look, because I've seen 5 already. I've seen all my teams that I've like win a
That's right.
championship. So I've said, God could have taken me the next day.
That's it.
I would have died happy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Ray, but I understand what you're saying from a sports
Yeah.
standpoint, so that's a good thing there.
Yeah,
So,
I would.
So, Ray, before I continue with you, I want to get Val involved. So, Val, what do you have? What would you like to contribute here? What's on your mind? Whether it comes to your Giants, whether it comes to the Niners, what you got going on? Before I get to the comment.
So, I can say about I wish, I think that my San Francisco Giants, I think that the
Oh.
San Francisco Giants, they actually lost the game today, and
Yes.
and unfortunately, the San Francisco Giants, their problem is that Matt Chapman, my favorite player, he's injured, and then of
Yes.
course,
Oh, cool.
and of course, in the game today, the San Francisco Giants had 2 errors, and then we didn't really score too many hits, and then unfortunately the Guardians they actually got the series win because unfortunately my Giants they just can't score recently. And then of course, and then of course my 49ers. I think I'm hoping that George Kittle can be pretty healthy for maybe week 1. And then I've seen that George Kittle he seems to be pretty I've seen him working out on social media. I've seen him doing some drills out there. So
Hey, look at the dog.
yeah.
No, and listen, I think the Niners, I'm sure with Kittle, I'm sure he's gonna be raring to go come week 1. And obviously they got the long flight, just like Bios Rams. They're gonna see you guys down there in Australia. And
more
to
weeks.
think 3
Three
weeks
more
from tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
3 weeks from tonight, which is gonna be interesting. So I'm sure you guys are gonna be not literally at each other's throats, but I'm sure back and forth there, maybe the day of the podcast that
And then
that morning.
and then I also think that my Sharks will do well in the NHL.
Yeah, we still got a couple of months before the NHL. So as a matter of fact, I think it starts early. It's about a month, a little over a month it starts, which is crazy.
Well, I also for my Sharks, I have my Will Smith jersey. He and Matt Quinzel Brandon do pretty good in the Sharks. I think I think Will Smith, Mac Winslow, Brandy, and then a lot of our younger players do pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think I may have said this weeks ago. I may pick them as an over. I don't know what the over on the totals are. I got to look through the NFL ones too. I know some of them, but not all of them. So I got to get myself caught up on that. Yeah, I know J-Rod had said not going to work, not good enough service. My son caught a catfish though with seconds from being on your live. Oh, we missed out on that. And then the novice. I'm very spoiled when it comes to winning championships. Yes, the Eagles took the longest to win. Yeah, I've seen two.
I had a question for everybody in the room.
Go ahead, Ray. What you got?
How do you guys feel about the international games?
No. I'm sure you know how I feel about that, but go ahead. I'll let Bio answer that one first.
Like, how do you guys really like? Do you like? Because I don't like it because too much travel. Like it makes too many international games, and plus they want to put it. They want to make it go overseas and have a team out there at some point. Like I said earlier, unfortunately for the rest of us, the NFL is king. The NFL.
It is. It is king, and I'm sure you know how I feel about that, Ray. Bio, I'm sure. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't know your take on the international games or even what's going on, the possibility of teams that are going to be playing outside of the U.S., as we talked about there on yesterday's live stream.
You know, the international games, I guess I don't mind so much.
Really?
I mean, if I'm going to be a sports nerd, you know, on the West Coast, it's 6:30 a.m. Game time. So Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m., you're watching football.
Yeah.
And as far as like the prime time thing, like for me, my team can play at 1:00 in the morning, and I'm going to be there. You know, I'm kind of, you know, I know like the national TVs, the Sunday night games and Thursday night games are a big deal. But for me, I mean, for the past 2 years, the Dodgers opened in Korea, and I was watching them at 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
You know, for 2 years, which was amazing. I mean, to wake up at 2:30 in the morning and watch a Dodger game with coffee, it's unheard of. But I mean, I'm gonna watch my games no matter when they play, what time. I mean, for me, an issue for me is college basketball.
Right.
Because for me, for my Bruins, they're always playing at 8:00 at night. It's hard to stay up for games that are on that late. So the football is not the issue for me. It's more of the college basketball for me because those are the games that are played late at night.
No, 100%. And I just want to say what's up to Jonah here because Jonah was actually part of my the vlog that I had put out last week on the channel and happened to meet him outside Yankee Stadium. So I just want to say what's up to him. And yes, doing well. Thankfully, we're doing a little bit of a different type of show here. It's a town hall where everybody's going to, and these, of course, my diehards here. And I got a few that are in the chat room now. So I want to give everybody opportunity to kind of speak their mind and talk about what it is that there's going on in sports and get their take on certain things. That's interesting, Bio. I didn't realize that you were one that, now listen, I understand if your team's going to play, whether it's 6:30 in the morning out in London or somewhere overseas, or if they're going to be playing the game that's on in Australia, that's going to be 5:30 your time, 8:30 here. And listen, the NFL, they can play at 2 in the morning on a Tuesday you're going to watch. But I just thought maybe overall, even listen, we're all sports kooks. The international, I just don't. There's no appeal. I
don't like playing San Francisco the first game in Australia because it's.
Yes.
I mean, you know, the big thing is the Rams are doing it because of SoFi and the 49ers take over, but it's not so much even that. It's just that it's a division game and you're playing it on the other side of the world.
Yep.
And so it almost makes it maybe not mean so much in a sense, in a way, because you're not getting, you know, the true home stadium of each team.
No,
and
agreed.
You know, I'm sure it's those road trips take a lot out of the players. So, you know, that's probably an issue, obviously, but I don't like the the division games like that. If it was a non-conference game, it'd be okay, but
Right.
I don't like the division game that way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I don't like that they're going to play the Niners. You could have been playing this. Well, obviously they wouldn't do the Seahawks, but I mean the Niners. That's obviously both of those teams are their main competition. And yeah, I totally agree. I just they could have put the Bears there. They could have put somebody else. But and now how I look at it too is that what kind of feel are we going to get from that stadium? At least with the London games, we've seen the building full, whether the crowd is up for it, whether they're excited, whether it's mostly American people that go in there for the weekend, whatever. But yeah, I don't even know how to gauge this, whether or not it's going to be a not raucous, but I guess raucous for Australia. Are they going to kind of tune out? Are they going to not know the difference between I know this is facetious to say, a lateral pass and a forward pass? I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But that's just the NFLing again. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but interesting that you come from that regard. And yeah, and obviously I know you don't like Val. Do you like the international games or no?
I think international games. I seem to like them. And then
Okay.
and then of course I don't I know that I know that Bio is a Rams fan, and then I'm a 49ers fan, but
Yes.
I think I kind of like I respect Los Angeles teams I think I get pretty long well I usually on my YouTube channel I pretty much I'm not too I think I think that's I'm kind of excited for that 49ers and Rams game.
Oh no, as you should. No, absolutely. So obviously that doesn't bother you. You don't mind the international games. So all right, no, that's fine. No, I can totally understand that. And listen, I know it's
And then
yeah, I know
I
it's not for
also
me. Oh, what happened? Go ahead.
I think on my YouTube channel I know that's Bio always likes to tell me about his Los Angeles teams, and then I was trying to respond to him in a friendly way.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's what it's all about. So that's a good thing.
I think Val is the only 49er fan that I like.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Jay as a Mets fan.
Look at that.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Ray. Thank you.
Can we all get along?
Yes.
And then I could and then I think with Bio I think we get along pretty well. I think I think with Los Angeles teams I watch them, and then I think I'll support I'll still support Bio's teams because sometimes I make shorts about it, and then I'll try to be very I'll try not to be rude, and so I'll try to I try to be nice to Bio being a Los Angeles sports fan.
Well, that's good because listen, obviously you're a great sport, Val, and listen, you're on top of everything, especially when it comes to reporting. Whenever you put out this, the James Harden thing today, and it's great to know that you not only love sports, but you have a healthy respect for it. There's some people that take it personal. There's some people like, and listen, even if you told Bio, I hate your Dodgers, he's not gonna take it personal. He's like, he knows you're a Giant fan. It's like, hey, just like Ray knows I hate the Yankees and he hates the Mets, and if he tells me that the Mets are playing in the World Series and he says I hope the Mets lose, I'm gonna be mad at him for that. I'm just gonna say, hey, I understand, I get it, it's all good.
And if you tell me you ever like the Yankees, I would say we need to go to the hospital.
Yes, I'd have to go get checked out for sure. 100%.
I meant to ask Bio this question. How do you feel about LeBron leaving LA since it happened?
There you go.
I'm glad because I
Go
just
ahead.
feel with the Lakers team and with LeBron, even though he can still play, they were just never going to get over the hump with him. And it was almost like they were stuck in the mud. And even though they're making the playoffs, they weren't going to do it. And so now that he's gone, it's better because they can It's a new era now with Luca, and even if Luca never wins a ring, it's a new breath of fresh air. When I'll say this, as a LA fan, you're used to getting a lot of hate,
Yeah.
but with LeBron on the Lakers, I thought people hated the Lakers with Kobe. I was on the team, but with
Right.
LeBron, it was another level of hate to where everybody just hates the Lakers. And it's almost like a negative, as a sports fan sometimes, to feel that way about your team.
Right.
And so now that he's gone, and I don't have anything bad to say about him, I don't hate him, I don't care what he thinks about it. I just care that he helped my team win. But
Yeah.
it's good to kind of breathe again. And, he's off of our team. And Philadelphia, the 76ers, they're going to get all of that hate that the Lakers have been getting. They're going to get that all this season. Wherever they go, they're gonna feel it. So Philadelphia thinks nobody liked them before, but wait until the NBA season starts. They're going to be the new hated team in all sports.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
that's how I feel about the Knicks. People don't like if you don't live in New York, you don't like the Knicks. That's why I said a while back, the one team that unites New York, and Jacob, even though he's a Celtics fan, but that's neither here nor there. But he knows what I'm about to say. Only one team unites New York, and that is the New York Knicks, because you got Met fans, you got Yankee fans, you got Giant fans, you got Ranger and Islander and Jets fans. Only one team unites the city.
That is true, Ray. That is true.
Yeah. No, it is 100%. And that is, listen, we saw that firsthand living here. And listen, I even got to admit, was I rooting for the Knicks? I can't say I was, but just to see the.
But being a Celtic fan, it had to bother you a little bit.
No, I did. I mean, I didn't want to see him win, especially after that game 4. That game 4, I was despondent.
After that game 4 happened, I knew it was over.
Oh yeah, no, it was after they won game 4.
If we would have lost that series, you know what I would have said to myself?
What's that?
Being up 3-1, it's never gonna happen in my lifetime, and I'm never gonna see it.
No, that would have been rough. No, that certainly would have been rough.
My neighbor is still flying his New York Knicks flag in front of his garage.
Wow,
Still.
that's crazy.
I'll be flying.
I never saw a Knick flag or a Knick T-shirt ever.
Yeah.
And over here, and all of a sudden they're everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
But Knick fans travel. I felt watching the game in San Antonio, I think it was split. What made me laugh was Embiid telling Sixers fans, "Don't sell your tickets," and they still got in. They still got into the building.
You're right. And the worst part about that series, it was on a Friday and Sunday. So it wasn't and even if it was during the week, they would have flocked down there. But because game 3 was a Friday night and then game 4 was Sunday on Mother's Day, and that was for them to sweep, forget about it. That building was
you mean the Mother's Day massacre?
Yes. Yes, it was.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, that was a destruction.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
I still can't get over how they. I mean, I can't.
But you kept saying Spurs in 7, and I was like, "Are you sure?"
Hey, I picked OKC, Ray. So
yeah, I was hoping OKC. And the funny thing was, I think I mentioned the night. I know I didn't watch Game 7 of the Spurs OKC because I had gone to a Broadway play that night, and I was trying to get in the scores. I think it was 55-51. I think maybe the Spurs were up by 4 because when I went back and I watched, I know that the Thunder had a run and they took the lead, but then the Spurs stemmed the tide. I think they had a 4-point lead at the half. And then walking out of the theater and I saw the final, I said, "Oh my God." And then even my wife was like, "What happened?" I said, "The Spurs won." And I said, "That's the
No,
matchup that the Knicks
Timberlake
won."
later.
Because if it was OKC,
Uh,
even though OKC was banged
then-
up, but I thought OKC would have given the Knicks a lot more fits. But as it was the Spurs, and we know what happened after that.
When did you finally conceive that the Knicks were finally going to win? When did you finally wave the white flag and say, you know what? I think the Knicks are going to win this series.
Oh, when OG Anunoby hit that shot. And you know what? Even more so, even the play before. Now, Anunoby's the tip-in was the series. But what, I still can't get over De'Aaron Fox. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Dribble that out. I mean, oh my goodness. I couldn't believe how awful that play was.
That's
They were up by
exactly
1 point. Oh.
that's exactly what I was thinking when I'm like, wait a second, why isn't he dribbling it out? I was like, whatever, I'll take the win. And
Yeah, and OG got the block.
yeah,
Those are the moments that turn the championship. Those moments where you need to be super
Yeah.
smart, super focused, and just locked in. Those are the moments that change the series, change the game.
Yep.
And the
Oh,
ones who win
yeah.
championships are the ones who make that split decisions, and the ones who don't are the ones who lose.
That's right. Just the most smallest plays. 100%. Ah,
one more question before I go.
okay.
What do you think about Wemby and sportsmanship? Because I felt he was wrong. He should have at least shook Brunson's hand, not just walked off. Do you think that was because of his age? Like, come
Byron,
on.
you want to answer that first? I'll answer it too, but go ahead.
I mean, I'm older, so I can remember, and I know it's kind of changed nowadays, but I can remember the Lakers and the Celtics never shook each other's hands on the floor. I remember Kareem would go up to Casey
I know
Jones
that, but we're
and
talking
do
about
all that. But I know it's sort of changed lately nowadays. So I honestly don't have a problem if you don't shake the team's hand that you just lost to. I mean, you can really go back and look on YouTube and look at game clinchers in the NBA Finals. Most teams don't do it on the court. They may do it behind, in the locker rooms.
Right.
But I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, if I'm losing, I don't want to go and congratulate a guy. You know what I mean? When your heart's ripped out, when you're the Celtics and they beat you, and the Boston Garden and they beat you by 43 points, and I mean, there's, I think there's a time and a place, and I guess it makes you a bigger man to shake a person's hands when they beat you, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. It's it's all part of part of the game.
But people are gonna get on him.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, again, he's young. It happened. He's not a bad guy. He's out there competing, and he's gonna be good. He's probably gonna win championships, just not this last one.
No,
Right.
yeah. No, they have they are certainly built to win more than one. Obviously, if they keep everybody intact, so without question. Yeah, and how I feel, I know to me, how I looked at it was they should have been a little bit more sportsmanlike, just a little. I get it that they lost a rough series. They led 72% of the series. They were unable to close. They were unable to finish, but that's more on them than it was the Knicks. And listen, I understand you don't have to high five. Listen, and I didn't watch the game, as you guys know, I was in Guatemala, but I did watch everything afterwards. To see Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid after that Game 7 when they lost that 3-1 series lead,
Yeah.
I see him laughing with Embiid. I detest that. I mean, what are we doing?
Oh yeah.
Come on. No, that is uncalled for.
I'd rather Wemby not shake hands than Anthony Edwards do what he did.
Oh,
and
and
give
that was,
up,
you know how I felt
and-
about that. Oh.
I mean, I'd rather, if you're gonna give me one, I'd rather not shake hands than go way early and give up on the team. And
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cow. Like
8 minutes to go.
Anthony Edwards was like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, that was awful. 8 minutes to go, and I understand they were losing by 30, whatever it was, but yeah, congratulating them. I mean, oh, geez, that was a
Yeah.
bad optic for sure.
but
But yeah, no, listen. Obviously, we've talked about the Knicks plenty, and kudos to them. And they've had a tremendous run, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
And-
like you said, Ray, it's gonna last you forever.
yeah,
Uh,
mm,
yeah, I don't know who's that. Let me see.
yeah. Was that me? Or
I don't know. I could check. Hold on one second. Let me see if I mute. I muted you. Maybe it was you. I don't know. Not unmuted you. All right. You should be okay.
I'm gonna try to say something. See, I don't hear it anymore.
Well, yeah, it's. I guess it's cutting in and out. But go ahead. What you got on your mind?
So I think I told you this. I think it's gonna be Dodgers Yankees because the American League's so bad. And the Yankees should. Speaking of the Yankees, they just won. So they're
Yeah, I saw
four
6-1.
games. They're 4 games back, and that's all I gotta say. And I'll speak to you guys soon.
All right, Ray. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much as always. I know you've had a busy day. You were on early with us, and you had your own live, which I jumped on the last few minutes, and then you come on here. So thank you so much, Ray.
And I was gonna cut it off anyway to come on here.
I appreciate that. I really do.
They
Ray.
they were already up 5-1, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, and they won 6-1. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the final score on the TV and my phone.
Good. All right, Ray. I appreciate it, man. Have a good night, and
Catch you later, guys.
we'll be in contact.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. You got it.
All
All
right.
right, Ray. I got you. I don't know. I guess that was his audio. Yeah, maybe it was. All right. So, yeah, I know the Nick thing. I tell you, it. Do I need to rehash that right now? Jeez. Yeah, it was. Maybe that's me. Who knows? Hold on. Maybe it is me. Yeah, I know. If I start disconnecting stuff here, because I know. Whoop. Maybe it's my phone. Maybe because I have it close to the mic. That's probably another interference. Let me put this over here. All right. Hopefully that did it. So maybe that was me the whole time. My apologies. No, it's back again. I don't know. It's weird. Strange. Hopefully it goes away. Let me see. Anybody in the chat room? Oh, when's my next live? All right, call me Lake Show. My next live will be on Monday. I haven't done one of these lives out of nowhere. And sorry for the interference. If that's me, my apologies. Let me I think it is me because it's kind of feeding back into my speakers too. You guys hear that?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Check. Yeah, I don't know what happened with this interface because like I said, I had some difficulties right at the start, and I don't know if it's starting to crop up. Yeah, I kind of hear it. I don't even know. It could be the XLR. Let's see how far I could go with this. If not, I have my backup here, but then that means I got to disconnect. And I prefer this mic better. Next live will be Monday, although I need to do a pop-up live. Like I haven't done one of those in a while, so call me Lake Show. I appreciate that. And you guys are the only fans of other teams I like. Well, wait a minute, then, obviously you don't. Yeah, because you love the Lakers, Yankees, obviously Eagles. Yeah, obviously you don't like any of the teams that I like. Knicks in 5, but you're not a Knicks fan, that I know. But I guess that was for whatchamacallit. Oh, here we go. All right, Matt. No, I got you, Matt. Give me 1 second. We'll get Matt on here. It's not league where you line up and shake hands. It's the NBA. Yeah. No, I tell you, it's. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like the fraternization. To me, it's just. I can't stand it. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just copy this Matt, I don't know if you're able to get this. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just putting this in the chat. We'll get Matt Noah on. Matt Noah, who is riding high on his YouTube channel. He does a bunch of live streams too, and he does those pop-up lives, and he'll be on there for like 3 hours, which I give him kudos. And this is bugging me. Hold on a second. I don't want to. Hold on. Check. Can you guys still me? No?
I can hear you.
You could. All right. Check, check, check. Yeah, I see it flashing. All right, that's good. Check. All right. Yeah, I just changed the setting here. Hoping that did it. I think that did do it. All right, good. So yeah, we may get Matt Noah on here from the Midwest. And I believe he's a Cub fan, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's back again. Jeez. Yeah, it's got to be me. I'll blame it on me. Yeah, I hear the rain. It's pouring out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's been like since 3 o'clock it's been raining. No, it rained, and then it stopped. And then like at 5, it's just been raining nonstop. So, all right. So then obviously it's not league where you had. Yeah, I know. The NBA. And you could say a lot of these sports have that with the whole fraternization. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. All right, here we go. And now let's get our guy Matt Noah in the mix.
Oh,
There he is,
What
outside
up?
of his home. Matt, there may be some interference on my mic, so my apologies, but I appreciate you hopping on board. What is happening?
not a whole lot. Just went shopping, did a quick live. My cousin came on for a little bit. You know, it's good to see him and good to see you guys. Who do we got? Is that Val right there? Is that
That's
you, Val?
Val.
What's up, Val?
And in the top right is Bio Zio, 186 from the West Coast.
What up? How's it? Nice to meet you, sir. Appreciate
You
you.
too. Nice to
good
meet
to
you.
see you. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's doing big things on his channel. As I mentioned before, he and his 3-hour lives. And I love it. And I got to start doing more of those. I know I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. But I know you've been killing it, man. You've been doing really good there.
I
Now-
appreciate it, man. It's tough to do 3 hours though. I try to get like between an hour and a half to 2 hours is my money zone. But yeah, I did a 3-hour one today. But it was you know, there was a nice good amount of people there. I broke my record for likes. I got
Did you really?
91 likes on that stream. Yeah.
Wow, good for you, man. 91.
Yeah, that was
That's
that was
awesome.
a record for me.
No, good for you. Yeah, I know there's that
appreciate it.
interference there, which is bugging the hell out of me. And me as a former audiovisual guy, it is just like, it's like nails on a chalkboard right now. So my apologies for the technical difficulties there. So Matt, I know you're in the Midwest, and I believe you're a Cub fan. Is that right?
White Sox.
That's right. I knew it was Chicago White Sox. Now,
That's the White Sox World Series.
hey, there you go.
Here we go.
Yeah, imagine
that,
that,
would
LA Chicago, but with the White Sox.
that would be fun.
How do you feel about your team this year? Do you think that, listen, I think they're going to win a division, but do you see them making some noise in October?
Well, I mean, I still think the division is still open. I mean, they're up like 3.5 games on the Twins right now. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. The team can hit really well. They got a really good young core hitters.
They
You
do.
know, Murakami, Vargas, Mydrith, and Montgomery, and
Yep,
you know, the
Colson.
list goes on. But the pitching staff is kind of a little bit of the Achilles heel. They did get Castillo recently. He's kind
Yeah,
of an
Luis.
up and down guy. You know, the bullpen is okay, but as far as winning a playoff series, I guess the bats would have definitely have to be alive and that the problem is it comes down to pitching when it gets to like you know, the playoffs. So I don't know if I could see them winning a playoff series. That'd be tough, I think. But hey, it's better than losing 100 games 2 years in a row.
121.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And listen, just real quick, Val, I had to mute your mic only because I was trying to go through the whole interference to see where it was coming from. So, right. So let's say, for instance, if I unmute your mic now, it comes up. So if I mute now here, it's gone. So I don't know. I'm sure you're using your phone. I don't know if you have. I don't know if you have any like your like another device. If you have something next to it that may be causing interference. I'm just putting that out there because as I'm trying to
Hey.
go through this.
Val, do you have the stream going on your device as well? Like when you click into the StreamYard, did you make sure to click out of the actual stream? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Val, I don't know if you're able to hear that. I mean, I do have your mic off mute. Yeah, I don't know if you. So what Matt is saying is that do you have? I know you're on StreamYard with us, but you don't have it playing in the background on another screen. Do you? I don't know if Val could. Val, you can hear us, right?
I can hear you.
All right, yeah, because I know your microphone is. Yeah, it's sounding like if you're underwater. So I don't know. You may
that's
have
what
an
it sounded
issue with
like.
your mic. I don't know if it's on your phone. I don't know if you have like a device nearby, but
I think.
yeah.
I'm actually currently doing it from my phone. You want me to? I can try. I can try with my using my computer.
Whatever you want to do is fine. If you want to like jump off and come back on, you can do that. But yeah, if you want to try that on another device, that'd be fine too. But in the meantime, I'm just going to mute you until you get to the other device. All right, Matt. So I got the novice. What's Matt's team so we know where he stands besides the White Sox?
Oh well, are we talking baseball? Well, baseball,
No, whatever
White
team,
Sox.
any sport.
Oh
I
wait,
know you
hold
like
on.
the
All
Bears.
right, I can't hear you right now. Let me come back in because sometimes when it switches, let me come right back in.
All right, so you can't hear me. Bio, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out whether it was me or not because I know I had those issues. And yeah, I wonder if Val, because I know Val just said hi in the room, I wonder if she maybe had us in the background, but then she's dialed in through StreamYard. All right, let's see. I got you double now.
Oh, okay. I can hear you guys again. It happens all the time when I'm on the Advice Guys stream. I just pop in and pop back out. But sometimes, like when people leave and come in, like all of a sudden you'll get muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but let me see.
Cool.
I want to remove the other one. This is the one I want to remove. Yeah,
There we go.
I made sure I got the right one.
Crap. All right. Now I can't hear you guys again.
Oh no! So go back. All right.
I'm not okay. Hold on.
Try again, because I may have to leave you on there. That's so weird. Yeah, because I know he came up double where he was frozen on one, but he was talking on the other. So I wanted to get the one that he was frozen off, and then when I dropped the other one, he said he couldn't hear us. All right, I'm just going to add him. All right, Matt, how about now?
I can hear you guys fine. I don't know why, like when you get rid of that one for some reason, all of a sudden I just maybe if you do it and maybe it mutes it and then I can just click the button, but I don't know. I don't know if you want to try that or not or just leave it as it is.
No, I'll leave it as is. Maybe it's your twin that he's just watching on standby.
We'll take that. All right, so baseball, it is the White Sox. Football, it's the Chicago Bears. Basketball obviously would be the Bulls, and then I don't watch a ton of hockey, to be honest. And then if we're talking English Premier League, Arsenal.
Oh, that's right. Now, what about you, Bio? What for soccer?
I mean, if I'm gonna pick one, I used to way back in the day be a Man U fan, Wayne Rooney, but my uncle was into it really a lot. I used to have a jersey and everything, but that was a while ago.
Oh, really? No, that's cool.
Wayne Rooney? Rooney jersey? That's cool. No, that's back in their the era where they were winning all those league titles.
Yeah. Wow. So look at that. So Matt, so you think that the White Sox, right? They could definitely slug it out. I know the pitching very dicey. But do you think? Are you cautiously optimistic? Do you think that they actually could have a run in them? Or do you think that it's a situation where, listen, you want to have one of the best two records in the American leagues. That means you'll have a bye. So at least you can line up your pitching, however good or not so good it may be. But you only have to get 2 rounds to a World Series as opposed to playing a wild card. But I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I mean, everything would have to go right. I mean, luck would have to be on their side for sure. The bats would have to be alive. They're not going to win any pitching duels, in my opinion. I don't think they're not gonna win those kind of games. They're gonna have to win some 7-5, 8-6 type games. I don't see them winning a ton of like 2-1, 2-0 type. How games can be in the playoffs sometimes. I don't see
Right.
them winning those kind of games.
Yeah. Listen, I hope the White Sox play well. I mean, why not? They haven't won a World Series in 21 years, and they haven't really been. The last time they were in the playoffs, I think, was 2021, and they lost to the Astros.
Yeah, they got swept. I think they
Yeah.
got swept the last 2 times they were in the playoffs. They got swept by the A's, I think, the COVID year when they had
Yes.
all those teams in the
2020.
playoffs. Yeah.
So, listen, I like to see them do well. I mean, why not? And I'm sure after you guys played them this week, where they played the Cubs, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are dreaming for a Windy City World Series.
I've been seeing that talk in a lot of videos I've been watching. People have been talking it up. Now, I know when the Yankees played the Mets, that was like the lowest rated World Series of all time, I believe, right?
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't draw interest for maybe the whole United States as a whole. But I mean, here around this area in the Midwest or Chicagoland area, I mean, I have Cubs fans in my family, I have White Sox fans in my family, friends. Like, that would just be phenomenal. I'd have a blast. Now, to lose to the Cubs in the World Series, would it be worth it? That would be a rough one. You know, they'd have that over. I mean, because it's not like I can bring out like 1906. I think that's when the White Sox beat the Cubs in the World Series. Like, nobody's even great-grandparents were alive at that point.
No, for real. Yeah.
Well, actually, my great-grandparents would have been alive.
Yeah,
My
sure.
my grandmother was born in 1912. So yeah.
Yeah. And what about college football? Who do you
I
who do you
don't
follow?
watch a ton of college football. My team would be the Illini, but they're not really known for like having a great basketball. They're they're good. They made it to the Final Four, but
Yes.
I don't watch it. Well, here's the cool thing though. Now that you bring it up, J-Rod, when I was talking about just with him, we were having, I talk to him on the phone every once in a while. I told him, I was like, I don't, I have this channel that's going really well and I have a lot of interaction on that, but I was like, I have no friends in real life that I do things with, like Zilch Zada, Nada. And he's like, well, how about this? He's like, well, how about this? He's like, how about if I buy you a ticket to go see Michigan? Would you come out and go to the game? I was like, if you buy a ticket, of course. I'll go out there to Ann Arbor and go to the game with you guys. So, I mean, he said it. We'll see what happens, and if that goes down, I'll go out there and I'll film some like going into the stadium. He did say he'd punch me in the face if I filmed him watching the game. So he did give me that warning. He doesn't want to be filmed while watching a Michigan game. I guess he gets pretty intense when he's watching, but. So
No,
just a little
that-
preview and a little preview and maybe after the game filming, but no filming him during the game. Oh, speak of the devil, there I can see his comment up there right now.
Yeah, exactly. And he said he tried to get back on for a minute, but he was unable to. But yeah, he says he wanted to get Matt to UCLA game, and not only that, but also, I mean, this goes back last year. I know he wanted me to go out there to go to the big house to see the Ohio State game, which I unfortunately couldn't make it. And now this year, we've talked about the UCLA game. Now, this is way back, going back to last year. And I know we haven't spoken about it recently. Oh, and that's a good question by the novice. I'm going to post that up. That's going to be for you, Matt Noah.
Okay.
I say just Matt. I say Matt Noah because you're just Matt Noah. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
But, yeah, and that's coming. Look, that's in 3 months, that game. As a matter of fact, it's 3 months from today, I believe, the UCLA-Michigan game. So, and he and I have to talk about that because, yeah, I've never been to the big house. It's maybe not a bucket list, but to think, I mean, if you're going to go to a college football stadium, there's only a handful. You're going to go to South Bend. You're going to go to Rose Bowl, of course, obviously, but that's more for January 1st. And you got to go to the big house. I mean, that's college football.
Well, imagine that, Jay, if you go out there for that UCLA game and I'm out there too. Imagine the fun we would have.
Oh, I know. And I know also Bio got an invite too, but I know Bio, he'll speak for himself on that one. But and that would be something. I mean, just to think, and it goes back to everything you've said before, Matt, when you and I have discussed things about just the community, how this is built. And,
for sure.
I feel like I'm indebted to you guys because, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, there would be no me. I would just be talking to myself, which I would still do anyway. But obviously, to have you guys support is immeasurable.
You got to have people to watch the, go on with the channel. You got to have people that are part of the community. Yeah,
that's it. No, and
they make this thing run for sure.
No, and that's why I can never thank you guys enough, as I'm sure you're sick and tired of me saying that. All right, now here's what the novice has to ask you, Matt.
Okay. Matt,
I
How do
know
you
how
feel
I feel
about-
about that, but
Okay. Well, it's kind of funny, right? So I live in Northwest Indiana. So the plans and where I heard recently, Hammond, I mean, that's 20 minutes away from me. Now, the problem with that is I'm pretty much priced out. Just being honest, I tell
Yeah.
this on my stream, so there's no reason for me to not talk about it on here. I live check to check. I don't have money for extra stuff to go, like going to a Bears game, which would be a lot of money, with parking, food, the whole
Right.
experience. Like, I just don't have the kind of money to do that. So that doesn't really add anything to value. And I am originally from Chicago. I lived on the south side of Chicago for in Hyde Park since 5th grade through my sophomore year of high school. And the Bears are that's what they are. That's their history. Now, yes, they were originally the Decatur Staleys.
Right.
What is it, Decatur Staleys or whatever it was? Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
But they've been the Chicago Bears ever since any of us have known. I mean, they did say they'd keep the name. And yes, there are teams like the Giants and Jets that play in New Jersey, but that's a little different, I think, in my opinion. I think they should stay in Chicago. I think they need to figure it out somehow. I don't know when the lease ends. It's like some 2030 something when the lease ends at Soldier Field, but they got to figure something out. They got to stay in Chicago, in my opinion.
I totally agree. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, how could that even possibly happen? And I'll never forget, and I'm sure Dynamis, he could attest to this. There was a point in the 90s, because the way Yankee Stadium was crumbling down, he was going to move the Yankees to Jersey. And even I said to myself, as you know how much I hate the Yankees, I was like, no, that can't happen. They got to stay in New York. I mean, come on. They're going to be on the other side of the river. They're going to be the New York Yankees, but they play in Jersey? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. And thankfully, they didn't move, as we all know. But, yeah, for the Bears, they're one of the – I mean, that's 1920. This wasn't the Steelers of 33, or certainly wasn't a lot of the AFL-NFL merger when the Jets and the Broncos and all those teams, when they merged there in the late 60s. No, this is – like soul of the earth, NFL, Green Bay, Chicago. I mean, come on. And for them to go across the border, and I don't care if it's 1 inch from the Indiana, Chicago border, Illinois border.
Yeah.
No,
they got to stay in the city. I agree wholeheartedly. They got to remain. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if some of these talks are just like tactics. I don't know. It seems pretty serious to me. It seems like they really are planning on doing this. It's almost to the point where it's like sealed and dealed. But I don't know. Sometimes stuff gets thrown out there for a reaction, and maybe they'll figure something out. But I don't know.
All right. No, that's it's a good, honest answer. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer, everyone. Yeah, no, absolutely. And we got to talk about that, Jay, because before you know it, it'll be here. Everyone has to pay maize and blue. I know. J-Rod does that. Kudos to him. So... And then Val, watch your show. Oh, thank you, Val, as always. She's great. J-Rod. Well, besides Bio, because he's a UCLA fan, I don't think he would be down for the maize and blue face paint. No, I think he would. That would be a hard pass, I'm sure.
I'll put the face paint on for sure.
No, but he does say, Bio, what do you think about UCLA's this season's predictions? That's from J-Rod, of course.
Football, I don't quite know what to expect. I mean, got to be better than last year, that's for sure. Hopefully Nico can do some damage this year. I'm more excited about Bob Chesney coming over from James Madison. When you're a small football school like UCLA, sometimes the only thing you can get excited about is a new coach, and so I'm just excited about him, what he's going to bring. I know that on the rankings, the national rankings, I believe UCLA had the number 14th ranked recruiting class this year, which is pretty big deal. I mean, we're going against the big powerhouse of the Big Ten. So I just go for a bowl game, I guess, this year.
Hey, no, I'm sure you time for that. And then it's funny because then J-Rod says, can't lie to you, I have in the past go blue as far as painting his face. No, hey, listen, it's all good. You're a fan. You have every right to do that. And did he bring a lot of players with him from James Madison? I would probably think, considering with the way, and I'm going to get to that next thing also in a moment, and I'll see what you guys think about it. But I'm sure he probably brought some players with him, considering
Wayne Knight is he's a running back for UCLA now, but he's on the preseason All-American for running back. So, but he's like fifth year. It's a fifth-year senior, so it's his last year. But he's the best player, I guess, on the team.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
And
Nice.
then the novice says USG could go get some NFL players now. So obviously he says that in jest. All right, so let me bring this up to you guys because, of course, this was the news that came down today where it's just an absolute farce, and I don't know what's going to be done. But to think that there are players that are currently in NFL camps that when cut day on August 30th, which is next Sunday, a week from this
Wait.
Sunday, how they could actually go back to college if they don't want to even be on a practice squad.
What?
Or let's say they get cut altogether.
Wait, this just happened today? They came out with this?
Yeah, this news came out today that players that are in NFL camps now, that if they are, now, of course, they can't be like 28, 29, but I would think if they're in their early to mid 20s, I would say whatever, 25 years old, who knows, where if they get cut and don't make an NFL roster, or unless they are presented with them to be, let's say, on the practice squad, of course, they're not going to make a ton of money. They could actually choose to go back to college and get an NIL deal from whatever school and go play there. So let's say, for instance, I'm Jay Reels and I was a 6th-round pick out of Iowa and I didn't make the Steelers, or I know I'm going to get cut. And it's like, oh, you know what? Let me call my guys back in Iowa. Hey, do you have like $500,000? I'll come back and play for the school. If they're like, yeah, Jay Reels, you can come back. I can go back to college. Make it make sense. What is
They've
that?
lost the plot. College sports and athletics seem like they've completely lost the plot. I don't know where it ends, but ever since they made the deal to start paying them, and now they can leave. There's no such thing as redshirting anymore. Is that basketball and football? You don't have to, or is it no? It's basically not the transfer rule, right? You don't have to like
Right.
sit out a year. Is that basketball and football, or is that just basketball?
No, I would probably believe it's maybe more so basketball because football obviously. Well, no, maybe who knows in this day and age? I'd have to look that up, but maybe I would say football too. But right, I understand that J-Rod's saying they have to have college eligibility left, but even still, I mean, remember back in the day, like once you sign with an agent,
Yeah, it was over.
that was it. There's
That
no
was
turning
it.
back. But now you could have agents. You could do this. You could go back. You could declare for the draft. You could go back to school, etc. But now it's literally the Wild Wild West. And as J-Rod says, yeah, I was just about to say the exact
And what
same
do
thing.
these guys do? Like, do they go to any classes? Like, are they mandated to attend any classes at all? Because I remember
yeah.
college at one point was about getting a degree. This doesn't sound like any. That means they've already decided to try to become a professional, and then all of a sudden you're back at college. Do they have to attend classes to a certain degree, or no?
Who knows? Maybe introduction to music, I guess, or
So Lenora Sellers from I believe South Carolina. I just read that he's coming back this year, and all he has is a golf class for his school.
wow, yeah, the quarterback, right, Lenore Sellers.
Yeah,
Is that right? And how old is he? He's probably like 30. No, I'm kidding when I say that. But let me see, Lenore Sellers. And we know about Trinidad
but I
Chandler.
remember once a time when Matt Leinart for USC, he had only a dance class.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Imagine
Yeah,
how
I
much
think-
that guy was killing it, man, with the women. Matt Leinart at USC.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Sadly, he didn't really amount to anything in the NFL, though.
No, he didn't really have a huge NFL career.
No.
A lot of those guys from USC, like Sanchez, remember, he didn't really have. I mean, he made it to an AFC Championship game with the Jets, right?
Yeah, back-to-back
Was that-
years. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, but right. USC quarterbacks, Carson Palmer, Carson Palmer wasn't bad, but for a guy that was the number 1 pick overall, he certainly wasn't
The
lights
best
out.
of the bunch was Sam Darnold lately.
That's a good one there, too.
But
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
the biggest bust was Matt Barkley.
Oh my
Oh.
God, I forgot about Matt Barkley.
No. Bio, you know what I thought you were going to say? The biggest bust? Todd
Tom
Marinovich.
Rivet.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Oh, that's going back, right? That's like
yeah, no, that's going back, late 80s.
Yeah.
But you're right about Matt Barkley because I think he was drafted by the Eagles.
yeah.
And yeah, he amounted to, he didn't amount to anything from a professional standpoint. But there's a lot of guys like that. I mean, guys that would, let's say, decent or good in college. I mean, obviously, Tim Tebow, but we don't have to go down that road. But but there's been a million guys that have had very good college careers and won Heisman's, et cetera. And
bet you don't
I'll
like
never forget,
Tebow.
everybody, and I didn't watch every A&M game, but something told me about Johnny Manziel. Oh, this guy's gonna be the next big thing. I was like, I don't see it. He's small.
Yeah.
I understand that he has a lot of charisma, and obviously with the money sign and all that. But I don't know. He's like too much like of a frat boy. And sure enough, that got the best of him. And the matter of fact, the best game he ever had in his career was a game in Pittsburgh. He threw for over 300 yards on a touchdown, and that was it. But with these quarterbacks, you just don't know. I mean, it's literally a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Even listen, Tom Brady 6th-round pick, or please Ryan Leaf #2 overall. I mean, go
Ryan
for it.
Leaf.
Or Matt Castle, who never played in college and then was drafted in the pros and played with the Patriots and took them to, was it like 11 wins or that one year that Brady got
And they
hurt?
didn't make the playoffs too.
Yep.
They got 11 wins and didn't make the
Yeah.
playoffs that year. That was crazy.
Very good, guys. Excellent. Yep, you guys on top of it. No, that's
Yeah.
true. That's the Dolphins won that year. That was in 08. Yeah, 'cause
And,
Brady got hurt in 08 season.
I'll tell you what, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought Baker Mayfield was going to be another one of those quarterbacks that was overhyped and wasn't going to amount to much. But you know what?
Right.
Like, I like his style. Like, I like his attitude. And I like the fact that, like, things didn't go well after, like, he had a good season in Cleveland. And then the next year it wasn't so good. And then he, like, rebuilt himself in Tampa Bay. Like, I like seeing those kind of stories.
You know what's interesting about that, Matt? I agree with you. And to me, in my eye, he's polarizing because he's a guy you want to root for. He's a guy that at first you don't want to root for because you think about when he was in, what was it, the Ohio State-Oklahoma game where he stamped the, what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
Of Ohio State. And that's like, come on, really? We're going to do that? But then, yeah, then he's doing all these progressive commercials. You're like, and I understand he's a #1 overall pick. But, yeah, then he obviously bounced around, found himself, has a chip on his shoulder. Right. He's not blessed with the biggest arm or big size or anything like that, but he has a tremendous heart and has will, which you like. And you do want to root for that without question. But then, you know, some of the brashness and some of that comes out and it's just like, all right, like, seriously, please. No, but he's not a guy that I don't like. I mean, what Cleveland didn't like, but still, listen, he doesn't bother me either way. But I understand where you're coming from. He's a guy that has obviously been there, done that, been to hell and back, etc., bounced around, and actually played for the Rams for a cup of coffee there that one time.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really a big Baker guy coming out of college, but once he went to the Rams, and that's when they were in last place the year after the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I became a fan of him because you got to see how he played and how he rallies the team. And, even the Rams that year were bad, those last 5 games, I think, that he played with them. He played hard every game. He
And he
beat the
was hurt.
Raiders that one Thursday night.
Yes.
So you got to like the guy. He's a, he does have the chip on his shoulder, but you got to like the way he competes. He might be, like you said, when he's on the other team, you don't like him, but when you see him on your team, you see how hard he plays. I'm a big fan now.
Yeah, I like rooting for him. I'm definitely a big fan as well. And you kind of talked about Tim Tebow there for a second. I bet you don't like him. I remember what was that? The Steelers, right? Wasn't it the Steelers right up the middle in LT?
First play in overtime, and that was the first year of the rule where they changed it that the first team that scores a touchdown wins the game. So let's say, for argument's sake, and rest in peace to Demarius Thomas. He was the one that caught the pass and caught the touchdown. But let's say if they stopped him and they kicked a field goal, that would have been the first overtime game in the playoffs where the other team would have gotten the ball, or the Steelers would have got the ball. But right out of the gate, when I saw that, and oh my God, I'll never forget it. I remember it like it happened yesterday.
They showed
look
that
at
play
there.
over and over on the highlights. Yeah, I remember that one for sure.
Miles, what is happening? And of course, the advice guy in the house. What up, advice guy? I appreciate you stopping by.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, if you want to stop, I can send you the link if you want. I was on his, and it's funny because I know last Friday he has his live stream. He does like a Friday night live. He talks sports. And advice guy, let me know. I'll send it to you. If anything, or maybe if I copy and paste. Hold on. Yeah, it's still there.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, advice guy, he hosts a lot of lives just like Matt does. And if he wants to hop on board, you're more than welcome to. And Miles, he's AKA Ghostface. I know his grandma comes on here or uses his grandma's screen name, but Miles is a good kid too, 14 years of age.
Okay. What's up, Miles?
Yeah. What up? Hey, just chopping it up, doing a little town hall here with sports. fans here. Obviously, you know Matt, the guy in the middle, is my guy Bio Zio from the West Coast. Oh, he said, give me 5 minutes. All right, we'll have him come on board. And then J-Rod knows who Advice Guy is. But, yeah, no, Baker, listen. And it's interesting, too, because if there's one guy in the NFL, you could say team, we could go, but I think if there's one guy that really, I'm not going to say has a bullseye, that's a little bit too strong, but if there is a guy that a lot of people are going to look at this year as, all right, let's see what he's going to do. Let's see how he's going to respond. It's almost like he's going to have to prove himself all over again, is Patrick Mahomes. I think a lot of people are going to be curious to see how he performs this year. If he's going to come back to being the old Patrick Mahomes. I understand last year the team fell apart and then he got hurt. And I get it that may be like come on. We know how good Mahomes is. Yeah, no, we do. But my thing is that after having this type of knee injury, is it going to be a thing where he's going to be Patrick Mahomes 2.0? Or is it going to be a thing where, oh, wait a second, he's going to, I don't want to say regress, but he's not going to be the same guy that we once remember him by. So I think if there's one guy, forget about Travis Kelce, forget about anybody else. Aaron Rodgers, nobody cares about. They just want him to be gone. And me being a Steelers fan, you already know. It's nobody. It's not Jackson Dart. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not any of these guys. We know Matthew Stafford's one. We know Sam Darnold's one. All right, you want to say Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy doesn't bring that sex appeal as far as like, oh, yeah, that guy's got to prove himself. I think it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I agree with your take, no doubt about that. I guess what I don't understand with the Chiefs is ever since they got rid of Tyreek Hill, like, why do they keep getting them like these also ran like wide receivers like Juju Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown and like why don't you get them some like real weapons? Like, because it seemed like, I mean, he was able to make do but their defense got better, in those last few runs that they made. It was the defense that was doing most of the work. It wasn't really the offense like it was when he first came into the league, because he had Tyreek Hill and a Travis Kelce that was still in his prime. Then all of a sudden you get rid of Tyreek Hill, and then you got Travis Kelce is towards the end of his run, and he's got his relationship, whatever people can say about that. But yeah, get him some more weapons, man. Get him some stud receivers, and I think you'll probably see pretty close to what you saw, when he first came into the league. Maybe not quite to that, but at least somewhat, something like that.
Bio, who do you think is like the one guy in the league that a lot of people are going to look forward to as far as a guy that a lot of the people are going to be keeping an eye on?
I mean, I've been seeing it's CJ Stroud from Houston. It's a big year for him to, I know they picked up his option, but they had technically or statistically the best defense last year. So, and then he played. Yeah. I haven't seen a quarterback play that bad in a playoff game. I don't know ever when he was throwing those interceptions.
Oh yeah, he was terrible.
That's right. He had a horrible game.
It was a weird game to watch, but I mean, I like to see what he do. I mean, and I'm saying CJ Stroud because he grew up from 30 minutes from where I live. So.
Oh wow, check that out.
I'm a CJ Stroud fan. So yeah, he's from Cucamonga, California.
Oh, that's Cucamonga. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, so that's really cool.
Well, I mean, I can answer your question then. I mean, this is a homer pick, but Caleb Williams. I mean, after coming off, I mean, he had to play a lot of hero ball because he played, and he put himself in those positions to have to play a lot of hero ball because he didn't have a lot of good first halves. He was missing the easy ones, and then he was making these, superhero type plays that people have never seen, or at least the fact that he was doing it that often was like to the point where I've never seen anything like that in my life. On any team, you see a guy to make some of these throws and some of these crazy plays that were winning ball games. And the Bears are going to have a little bit of a target on their back. You got a coach that's putting out there that we're going to break the record of the 2013 Broncos and Peyton Manning. That's what he wants. He had an interview recently, and they were like, do you want to win the Super Bowl? He's like, I want to do more than win the Super Bowl. I want to lead the league in offense. I want to have the best scoring offense of all time, and all this stuff. So I'll be interested to see how it goes. I think he is going to take another step forward. I mean, second year in Ben Johnson's offense, third year in the league at quarterback. Usually third year is kind of when you start figuring things out at that position.
No, listen, and I could see he's going to have to really elevate not necessarily his game, but knowing that he has a year under the Ben Johnson system and considering what they did last year, I mean, anything short of them getting to a divisional round, whether it's a wild card or even not make the playoffs, I mean, that would certainly be a step backwards. And I'll get to the couple of comments there. I know Advice Guy and even Donavis has. But here's another guy I think it's also under, and maybe even under more scrutiny than Patrick Mahomes, is Joe Burrow. Because he has to stay healthy, A. A lot of people think the Bengals could be, not necessarily surprised, but if Burrow's healthy, obviously with those receivers. But the thing is, they still have no defense. So they're going to have to win games 35-31 in my eyes. But
Yeah.
Burrow's another guy that, and it's interesting, I got into a discussion with somebody where they were talking about, excuse me, how they had that top 10 list, and he came out and said, oh, Joe Burrow's overrated. And I said, I don't think he's not overrated in my eyes. The thing is, he can't stay healthy because, you know, he beat Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead. He's gone to a Super Bowl. I understand that's now 4 years ago, and he's been hurt these last 3 years. But if he's going to, he has to stay healthy, but B, if he's going to be healthy, he's going to have to play close to an MVP level. And with a lot of talk about the Bengals maybe rebounding and knowing that they could have a big year ahead of them, and he's going to be the focal point of that, to me, I would look at him as a guy that if he's healthy and he doesn't take it to the playoffs, or at least they're not in the thick of things toward the end of the year, then I'd have to look at Joe Burrow a little bit differently as being a guy as one of the top quarterbacks. I mean, he still is, but this is, I think, a big year for him to prove that because, yeah, he's got to stay healthy and his team has to produce, and he has to obviously be everything and then some in order for him to win.
Yeah, he, of all the quarterbacks, I think he's besides Deshaun Watson, he's missed the most games in the past 3 or 4 years.
Right. No,
And so, he's probably the one that, I don't know if there's pressure, but, he just has to stay healthy. They're always picking the Bengals to make the playoffs, but he just gets hurt too much. And, you can't put him, even though he played good a few years ago, he's not really up there yet with the best quarterbacks because he just gets hurt too much.
No, absolutely. And look who's here.
What up?
Repping Michigan, of course. All right, so Advice Guy talked about Bo Nix. Yeah, I know, coming off the injury. Oh, that's a good one, Advice Guy. Yeah, I wouldn't put him up on that level. Although I think he's a good quarterback. But I know Denver, you think about Denver, I think of the defense. That's, to me, their identity. And listen, he can't regress. You would only hope that if he stays healthy, maybe they could get further than they got last year. And Sean Payton was terrible in the game. Oh, my God, in that championship game. And don't get me started with him. But, yeah, Bo Nix is another guy that I'm sure a lot of people are going to look at to see rebounding from that injury that he had there in the divisional game against Buffalo. And then the novice, Drake May, he's in the Super Bowl. They had the easiest schedule. They got A.J. Brown now. The question is he, him. I know, and I was an idiot. I picked them as an under last year, not looking at their schedule. And obviously they won 13 games. And I'm thinking, hey, I'll give you a little insider information before my preview in a couple of weeks. I think I may take New England as an under. I think their over-under is 10.5. It may be 11. Let me double check that. But they have one of the hardest schedules in the league. And yeah, I may go back to that well yet again. And May, he's good. And he was a runner-up in the MVP last year. But I don't know. I still need to see more from him if you ask me. I don't know how you guys feel.
The biggest quarterback out there, I think, that has something to prove this year is Justin Herbert.
Oh, there's another guy. Yeah, you got. I get on his case.
He doesn't do anything in the playoffs. I think he's 0 for 3 in the playoffs.
Yes.
He's got a lot of interceptions in the playoffs.
Yep.
And every year they're like the sexy pick to kind of do damage.
Aren't they always a sexy pick? Yeah, for some reason people always love the Chargers to go far, and it never happens. I wanted to ask
And
you
they
guys
just
one
lost
quick
their
thing when you were
starting
talking about Burrow. Did they do anything for the O-line? Did they improve it at all?
Are you talking about the Chargers?
No, the Bengals. Did they get any guys for to block for Burrow? I mean, I don't know how much you follow like offensive line moves. I don't as much, if I'm being honest.
No, I don't think they really. I don't know. I got to look at their draft, but I don't really think that they've. Yeah, not off the top of my head. I got to double check that though.
Okay, I'm just wondering because it seemed like, I mean, I just seemed like that was some of the problems was he wasn't getting enough time to throw.
Yeah, no, like you were saying though, bio about Herbert and the Chargers. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I'm looking at the New England's over on the win total this year.
You know, the Dolphins are set at 4 halves. I know they're supposed to be pretty bad, but man, only needing 5 wins to get the over.
Oh, was it 4.5? I thought I saw 3.5, which I've never seen 3.5.
Oh, was it 3.5?
I believe so. Let me double check. Hold on, CBS.
Oh
Sports.
man, if you only need to get to 4, I mean, I would just put a nice bet on the over for that.
What are the Cardinals? Jeremiah Love just got hurt.
I know. And
I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it's
yeah, no, absolutely. As a matter of fact, yeah, New England is 10.5 this year, so they got to win 11. But let me go through the over unders. NFL. Yeah, I could have sworn Miami was 3.5, and Arizona's, yeah, they're probably going to be 4. Oh, no, you know what? They did increase it. Yeah, because 4.5 sounds, that's like the lowest I've ever seen. Yeah, they have Ravens,
that way
Rams.
okay.
Ravens, Rams, 11.5 are the highest, and then the lowest are Arizona, Miami at 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I know New England has a tough schedule. Raiders,
I just
Jets,
feel like you
5
could
wins.
I feel like you just roll into 5 wins. I don't know. 4.5 is a low over under.
No, it is. But yeah, the Dolphins, listen, Malik Willis is your quarterback. They have.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he beat the Bears. I mean, he looked pretty good that week. Lamar was out. He diced the Bears up. Not saying much, but their defense is definitely.
Oh, right.
not-
No, I remember. Yeah, wait, was that the game in Lambeau? Because I know they played the last game of the season. And then, of course, they played in the playoffs. Or was it the next to last game, like Christmas, around there? Yeah, no, and he played pretty well. Malik Willis.
Yeah, he did actually look.
they did
pretty
trade
decent.
away Jalen Waddle, so that was
Yes.
one offensive weapon they don't have.
Yeah, I know. The Dolphins, they're bad. I mean, all they have is Devin
Achane.
Achane.
Yeah,
And that's it. I mean, they have no receivers, no tight ends.
Isn't the defense supposed to be like okay at least? I mean,
No, they traded Bradley Chubb, but that was a waste. I mean, they traded for him. He did nothing.
yeah, maybe it's not such a good over bet. It just seems so low to me. You know, it's just one of those ones where it's like you feel like a couple tight ones.
Yeah.
Get a couple early lucky wins in the first 5 games of the schedule. Maybe you can get 3 more. I don't know.
No, exactly. No, and that's the thing too, Matt, because right, you would think 4.5 is too low, but yeah, this team here you go, ready? Yeah, no, this team is their tight end, Greg Dulcich, never heard of him. Caleb Douglas, Jalen Tolbert, the wide receivers. Tolbert, wasn't he in yeah, was he with the Cowboys? D may have got drafted by the Cowboys. I don't know, but that name sounds familiar. Yeah, and defensively, yeah, I mean, defensively, and they got a lot of guys that are right now, they're all hurt. Is that right? Yeah, they're all out. Yeah, Jordan Phillips, Jordan Brooks, who we just signed a big deal. Yeah, that team's going to be bad. Yeah, they're going to be awful. And let me see, where are your Bears at? What's the Bears over under?
I think the Bears
Probably
MVP
9.5.
is Ben Johnson.
Wait, as far as we say it again, Bio, the Bears were
I
Ben
said I think the
Johnson?
Bears MVP is Ben Johnson.
Oh, the MVP.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's
Definitely.
he's changed their whole organization around.
No, he has.
I mean, first season too. I mean, usually it's
Yep.
like by the second season, but first year you already won a game in the playoffs.
And I think
yeah, that
too,
was a
like
big one against Green Bay.
when you're a fan for a long
Yeah.
time, you can tell those coaches who come in and they just change the whole culture. And he's one of those guys. It's
Yeah.
awesome to see actually when a team that doesn't win for a while and then you get just one guy in there and he changes the whole outlook.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's-
awesome to see.
Yeah,
No, I agree
it's
with
been
you. That was
wonderful
like Dan Campbell.
because Chicago, for like a big city, it doesn't really have a great history of winning. I mean, besides like the '90s Bulls, you know, I guess the Blackhawks there in like the 2010s, but
Yes.
you know, most of the teams will make a playoffs and then maybe not make the playoffs for like 4 or 5 years. White Sox do that all the time. Bears do that all the time. You know, it's not like a consistent like making the playoffs. It's not like a Steelers, like the team you root for, where they're always in the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part, you know, Bears.
no,
It's
you're
like
right.
you know, you get one. 6 years later, you get another one. You know, wait another 5 years, get another playoff. You know?
Yeah, no, that's rough. Yeah, you're right, Matt. Bears are 9.5. Let me see their schedule.
Yeah, I
hold
didn't
on.
even
I
see
want to
that.
say that
I threw that
doesn't
out of my
Detroit
ass too.
have
I
the
just kind of
easy,
figured.
doesn't
Go ahead,
Detroit
sorry.
have the easiest schedule this year?
Yeah, their schedule's pretty easy. And don't worry, I'll get to the comments. I see Danavis, J Rod, the advice guy. Yeah, Detroit's schedule is very easy.
I
In
think
fact,
Detroit's a good over.
yeah, and it's interesting you say that, Bio. I have thought about that.
What are they set at?
I think they're 9.5.
Detroit's 9.5.
Yeah, and I'll go through their schedule in a second. Detroit, stand by.
I think the Bears. I thought they said statistically had the hardest schedule.
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
Well, I say
Lions is 10.5.
easiest.
Yeah, I'll look at the Bears schedule too, but let me check the Lions schedule. Yeah, so they're 10.5, the Lions. Here's their schedule. Saints at Buffalo. That's the prime game to open up the new stadium. Jets at Panthers at Cardinals. I mean, right there, you're looking at 4-1. Packers at home, Vikings at home, at Dolphins. That could be a win. Patriots. The Patriot game though it's overseas.
Oh, so that takes away the home field advantage for the Patriots.
Right. Well, no, that's actually a home game for the Lions, but it's
Oh, okay. So it takes away a home game. Okay.
right. It's the neutral site. Then Tampa, the Bears, at Falcons, Titans, at Vikings, Giants, at Bears. Well, they conclude the season at Chicago and at Green Bay. But look, Giants, Titans, Falcons, Dolphins, Cardinals, Panthers, Jets, Saints. I mean,
That's a lot. Yeah, that's an easy schedule right
how
there.
can that not be? And even if they go 3-3 in the division, let's say 4-2 if you want to be generous. But you could get 8 wins out of that. Buccaneers at home. Listen. And then the Bears, let's see.
Gonna be a lot of different teams on there. That's a first place schedule now coming up.
Yep. All right, at Panthers, okay. Vikings, Eagles, Jets. Wow, you got 3 straight home games.
Do they really?
Yeah, Vikings, Eagles, Jets. How do I feel about that? Vikings, Eagles, Jets. Then at Packers, at Falcons, Patriots, at Seahawks, Bucks, Saints, at Lions, Jaguars, at Dolphins, at Bills. Listen, the schedule isn't terrible. Now, here's going to be your season. You conclude the year. You ready for this? At Bills, home to Packers, home to Lions, at Vikings.
Mm.
There'll be a
That
lot of big
division might
games right
be-
there.
Yeah, the division might be settled there at the end.
Yep. So those 3 games are going to be enormous. And while
Can't
we
lose
have,
any of those ones they gotta win. You know, can't lose against like the Saints and like the Falcons.
yeah,
Not
no,
that
they
the Falcons are bad, but yeah, you gotta win those games.
no, 100%.
I have a question. I have a question for the novice out there.
Uh-oh.
It seems like Philly is trying to push out Jalen Hurts. Does that sound right, or is that just me?
The novice, I'm sure he's out there. Let me see. I know he's put up a couple of comments here. Let me go. Yeah, I got to catch up with the comments. My apologies, guys. Yeah, all right. So he put Joe Cool is the can't do no wrong list like Herbert and Allen. You're referring to, of course, Mr. Burrow. And then advice guy, we should have took Justin over Tua. Yeah, I know, in hindsight. J-Rob, my son tracked down the Wi-Fi password for the campground. I tried it. It sucks as much as my service. Oh, man, that sucks. I know we saw you try to jump on board there, Jay. Tua is the same as J.J. McCarthy, product of the system, not the individual player. Definitely that. Mike McDaniel, I think. Val, should I get back in the stream again? Watching 49ers Chargers. Oh, oh, that's right. They're playing right now. It's up to you, Val. It's up to you. Dolphins beat the Raiders week 1 and lose the rest of the season. Yikes.
I got about 5 minutes or so. My battery's at 9%. So
Listen, Matt, I appreciate the time you've given me tonight. Goes without
of course,
saying.
anytime.
I thank you much. I think the Dolphins
Yeah,
won 6
sorry
games
for
in
being
Vikings.
late. I just ended up having my cousin coming on my stream and collab for a little bit, and then we got to chat.
Oh, do you have a live coming up?
No, my cousin. Well, I do have some collabs coming up. pretty soon. But my cousin, who I just reconnected with, like that I grew up with and like spent my childhood with, we reconnected, and he came onto my channel, like as a collab, like we're doing right now. And then it was only to test to see if I could read the comments. When I do collabs lately, I can't read the comments. They just don't show up. So I'm having like technical difficulties. So I was supposed to just do that, but then we got to talking.
Oh, okay.
That's why
All
I was
right,
45 minutes late.
No, and again, I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you so much.
No.
I don't know. I know Donavas says to try. I don't know. This schedule doesn't seem to be the hardest to me, based on what we've read. Tyreek Hill's still a free agent. Yes, he is. Val, very good.
No, he said something after that.
Year.
Looks like.
Niners have an easier hard schedule. I'll look through that, Val. Give me a second. Lions easy start 7-1, 8-2. Yeah, they definitely can get off to a fast start. That's for sure. I don't think the Lions win a division. They get in as a wild card team. All right. I'm sure you take that, though. The novice. Bears have the hardest. Dolphins second hardest. Yeah, and the Bears, especially those last 3 games, are going to be rough. Niners up 3-0. Decided to watch the TV. All right, no, that's cool. Here we go. Philly Meat is trying, but not the team. So there's your answer there, Bio. As far as Jalen Hurts.
I love watching the Philadelphia media. They're funny.
I know. I remember when they went to T.O.'s house, he's doing the sit-ups. Remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, 2005?
That was funny.
Yeah. I am not down on the Vikings either. Kyler gets it going with that core receivers could be dangerous. I know, and the thing is, he's so small.
Either Kyler gets it going with the core receivers could be dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be a competitive division, man. I mean, that's always, the old black and blue. I tell you. But, yeah, Philly media. I know the Philly media is rough. I know. And funny, I know you watch some stuff from Philly, Donavis, don't you? Isn't it one guy that you watch?
Rhodes Media.
That's who it was, right. Yes. Yeah.
And also Ricky Vitalico from NBC Philadelphia. He's fun.
Yeah, you were saying that too, Ricky Vitalico.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was a good closer. Yeah, no, he was. I know you sent me that one thing, and yeah, you know what? You need to have a guy like that because.
I like that Philadelphia. I feel like the East Coast media, they're more. They tell the truth more, and they're more raw about their teams. Like they say, our pitcher sucks, our closer sucks, our quarterback sucks. But over here, we don't do that. We're like, okay, give him a chance. He'll be okay. Just give him some time. It's okay. It's a different, like Kyle Tucker right now. I'm not down on Kyle Tucker. Give him time. Yeah. He'll be okay.
Oh, man. Yeah,
no, if that was New York, Philly, or whatever, they would forget about it. They would be all over him.
And it's not just the hitting; it's like the defense as well. Like I guess not as many stolen bases. Like the whole, like everything is. I don't know what's going on with him.
No, yeah. Well, wait, hold on a second, Matt. What is it? Oh, WIP has to be the craziest. Yeah, WIP Philadelphia. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, so Matt, I'm sorry. Repeat that again. I know you're talking about stolen bases.
No, I'm just talking about Kyle Tucker. Like the fact that the defense is issues, the hitting, and like he's not even stealing bases. Well, I guess you got to get on base to steal them, but like everything's down. Like he's having like a really horrendous season, and especially for a guy of his kind of talent. I mean, the way he used to play in Houston, and then the year that he had for the Cubs. I really don't know what it is. I know people start to throw out that number like, he got the big contract, but these guys are rich already, before they even signed that big of a contract. So you can't really look at it as he got the money and then stop trying thing. Baseball is one of those sports where you can have a down year. Maybe is it the pressure to live up to it, to a contract playing in LA? I mean, I really don't know.
You know what? I know Bio could probably answer that better. I could certainly throw some insight, but Bio, what do you think? Do you think he's maybe pressing too much, knowing that? And the funny thing is, he doesn't have to be the man on the team. It's not as if he's the savior or he's the guy that.
No.
So, what is it with Tucker that you think that he's certainly underperformed?
I do think that he's just pressing too hard, trying too hard. It reminds me a little bit of when the Dodgers, they had Cody Bellinger for his last year,
Yes.
before he left as a free agent. He had got injured and he had struggled to get back. And they kept putting him down like 6th, 7th, 8th, and he could never get back up to like almost want to get back to the top of the batting order when you're struggling.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger could never get back up, and it's almost like Kyle Tucker. He's right there. He can't catch fire. He can't do anything to get himself back up in the order. Dave Roberts batted him cleanup a couple weeks ago to try to get him going, and it didn't work. He was 2 for 4 on Wednesday when they beat the Rockies. So I would say this about Kyle Tucker: he's more than likely he's not going to turn around in the regular season. He's not going to all of a sudden start hitting. I think as a Dodger fan, you just hope that when the playoffs come, that not he's going to turn around either, that he just gets a couple of key hits in the playoffs, and that's all you got to hope for. He's not. You don't expect him to be World Series MVP or NLCS MVP. You just hope he just gets a couple of timely hits. That's it.
I'll tell you what, that's all you need when you got that kind of pitching staff. You might only need a couple of hits from anybody from the whole team with that kind of pitching staff.
Because in the playoffs, it's always most of the time it's the small guy or the 8th or the 9th batter who's gonna, it's gonna surprise people. Sometimes it's not always the superstars. It's
right.
it's the middle lineup guys who are gonna, make a difference. So I just hope, give me a couple of good hits in the playoffs and that's it.
Yeah.
Like Clement for Toronto, he had that big playoffs. Yeah, he was and Schneider. Those guys were doing good. I definitely remember Clement having a big playoff.
Yeah, Ernie Clement. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the most hits, I think, all time in the playoffs.
Did he really?
Yeah, no, he was raking.
I didn't realize. Okay, I didn't realize it was that he broke the record.
No,
all
absolutely.
right. Well, I am at 4% battery, so I appreciate you having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
it was
man.
fun. It was real. It was nice meeting you. You guys all have a good one, and we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Later, man.
All right, later. Take care.
All right, Matt. That was Matt Noah, of course. I see you, Val. Give me a second here. I know that, let me see. I just want to get caught up. And listen, I want to be mindful of your, even though I know you're on West Coast time there, but I know that I'm sure you haven't eaten, Bio. I know it's, what is it? It's gonna
Actually,
be about,
right before I came.
oh, did you really? All right.
Yeah,
because I know that since I started, what was that? 9, so that'd be 6 your time. So, yeah, I just want to be mindful of the time. I know that, yeah, I just don't know what. I mean,
well, that's a good question, Denovis.
Oh, you see
I have a really good answer about that.
This one here?
Do I think SoFi will ever become real home field advantage? So I do. All right, let me see. So I do. I think. Hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. This is what happens. Like when the NFL didn't have a team for, I think it was 21 years in LA. So in that 21 years, the people who were Rams fans and Raider fans, they changed teams.
Right.
And they still kept the Dodgers. We still kept the Lakers. We still kept USC, UCLA. But everybody jumped ship. I even jumped ship. I became a Cowboy fan.
Is
with
that
no
right?
LA team. Yeah, with no LA team, I couldn't root for St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cardinal fan. So I became a Cowboy. My mom's from Dallas. My dad's from LA. So it was always the Rams and the Cowboys in our household.
Oh, okay.
So I became a Cowboy fan. And in that 21 years, a whole generation grew up without having an LA football team.
Yeah.
And so LA has become a melting pot for the NFL. But I truly believe within like another 10 years, most of the kids that grow up here in Southern California, they're going to be either Charger fans or Ram fans. I think that like the 49er fan is going to fade out because LA will have an LA team for 20, 30 years, not as opposed to 10 years. I think we're 10 years in 2016, they moved back, the Rams. So I know it's a long time, but I truly think that give it time and they will have a home field advantage. I don't want to I don't want to compare it to the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans, but I'm pretty sure that at some point the Texans, Houston was a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans. At some point when the Oilers left, and then when the Houston Texans came back, took them a while to kind of bring all those fans in Houston back. And I don't know if there's too many Dallas fans in Houston. Maybe there is.
Right.
But I think you just give it time, and it's the younger generation that's going to grow up on the Rams and the Chargers, and we won't have to worry about the 49er fan coming in and taking over SoFi.
Yeah. No, and that's interesting you pointed that out, because I know more the identity for football there by far is the Rams, and the Chargers coming from San Diego. And they weren't in Carson in that soccer stadium before they moved into
Home Depot Center.
Oh, Home Depot Center, right? And I would think a lot of the people from San Diego, they're certainly not taking a 2-hour drive to go watch the Chargers. Yeah, because I know LA, San Diego, that's like
it's the rival. So
no, yeah, so, and right, you even think back now, it was 100 years ago. San Diego Clippers, they go to LA, LA Clippers. So I'm sure the sports fan who remembers that, they probably look at that and say, I'm not rooting for this team. But yeah, now that you put it that way, it says it's been 10 years, and the 10-year-old then, who's now 20, or the 15-year-old's now 25, now tack on 10 more years where they'll have kids, and their kids are going to be Ram fans or Charger fans too, I guess. But yeah, and that's the one thing too, which is unfortunate because of that gap. And even though when they moved back to LA, and then it was 4 years? Because I know the COVID years when SoFi opened, so there were no fans in the building. So then you had to go 2021, and that was the year they went to the Super Bowl. But even then, it almost felt like there wasn't really a big home field advantage, like the NFC Championship game. All the Niner fans came on down, and obviously you try to make it a big party. But I think what you said is on point, because 10 years in, and you'd only hope that with now the success that they had here over the last few years, and obviously expecting a big-time season this year, you would expect that a lot of the Ram fans would represent, as opposed to having Packer fans coming there to overrun the building, or Eagle fans or Cowboy fans or whomever it may be.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's almost like if the Jacksonville Jaguars win a Super Bowl. I mean, if they keep winning, at some point, the franchise, it draws more fans. And with LA, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of teams. But if the Rams can win consistently, and not Super Bowls, but just be in the playoff conversation year after year, it's going to build the fan base back up. And it may not be on the level as the Dodgers and the Lakers ever, but I think as a Ram fan, I just want to get to that point to where the kids in this area are Ram fans or Charger fans, and not 49er fans or Raider fans or Cowboy fans.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too, because I know I'd be infuriated if I was a Ram fan, and knowing that the opposing team's fans are coming in on, obviously most of the games will be on a Sunday, but yeah, just to be overrun by their fans. It's like, wait a second, come on, guys. This is our team. This is our hometown. Why are we having all these guys come in here and just taking over the stadium?
Yeah, we know a funny situation that we have out here is you'll have people out here in Southern California who are Dodger fans for baseball, but then for football, they're 49er fans. Oh, and I don't know how you can be an LA fan and a San Francisco fan at the same time. I have people here on my street who, in their garage, they'll have Dodger flags and 49er flags. But that's what NFL not being in Los Angeles has done. You can have those two teams when normally, if you're a Dodger fan and you play somewhere, they say beat LA. But if you're going to be a 49er fan and you're playing the Rams, how are you going to jump in with the 49er fans and say beat LA when you're a Dodger fan?
Yeah, that's really weird.
It's a weird. I get we all can have our different teams, but when you have the San Francisco and LA, they're our rivals. So
Yeah.
To have like one and not the other is weird, but that's what our landscape is like out here.
Well, let me ask you this: are there still Raider fans that when they moved to LA in what was that, 83? I believe it was. No, I think after the 82 season, yeah, because then they played in LA in 83 because they won that Super Bowl. Because I know in watching, I think it was the Ice Cube documentary that was the 30 for 30 when they did it on the Raiders.
Yeah.
And how the influence of hip hop, especially in the late 80s into the 90s, where you're NWA and Ice Cube, everybody's wearing Raider stuff. Are there still a faction of Raider fans that live in LA despite the fact that they moved to Oakland and now they're in Vegas, or are those guys no longer around?
They're here. I mean, I at one point the Raiders were always the top fan here in LA, always.
Right.
And then I would say second to them at one point was the Cowboys. The Cowboys were a close second. You're either Raider fan or Cowboy fan out here. But
Right.
I want to say ever since Kyle Shanahan has got to the 49ers and he make them successful, there's more 49er fans out here now than there are Raider fans and
Right.
Cowboy fans. At least from my interactions and what I see, you see more 49er stuff than you do Raiders
Oh, okay.
and Rams, which is crazy. But
Yeah, that is. No, that makes sense about the Raiders because they left to go back to Oakland in 94 after the 94 season, so 95. So now you're talking, I mean, do the math. I mean, it's 31 years.
can you imagine the Rams and Raiders both left LA in the same season?
I know.
Can you imagine the Jets and the Giants leaving New York in the same season, and then New York not having a pro football team for 21 years?
Yeah, I
I mean, can you imagine that landscape in New York? What that looks like if you're you were a Giant fan and now you got to be a
Buffalo
Viking fan or something like that's what I did, and I'll admit it.
Oh, that's for cool.
And I left for Dallas partly because my mom's from Dallas, but also because Troy Aikman was a Cowboy quarterback. It was my guy at UCLA, so I switched. But yeah, I always said this, that I knew LA would get a team back at some point. I didn't realize it was going to take 21 years, but I always told myself, when LA gets the team back again, I'm going to go back. I don't care who it is. We heard the Raiders. We heard the Minnesota Vikings were going to move here, the Indianapolis Colts, the New Orleans Saints. Tom Benson was going to bring them back.
Yep.
And to me, I was devastated when the Rams lost. When they left, I believe it was like 19 years old. For the Rams to come back to LA is something I would have never, ever, ever, ever imagined, never thought. And it's almost, I said this before, it's almost like an ex-girlfriend leaves you and you never think she's going to come back. And then she comes back years later. It's like, wow, that's what it's like.
Right. No, that's pretty cool to put it that way because you're absolutely right. It's one of those things, like you said, the girl leaves and you're just like left there stranded and you don't know where to go. And even though
you don't know who to root for, you don't know who to hate. You don't know who to. And I'll say this, when the Rams left, I lost my hate for the 49ers all those years.
Wow.
And I probably hated the Giants and maybe the Eagles more, maybe more so the Giants.
Oh, because the Cowboys.
But yeah, that 49er, it's weird how sometimes things come, they leave and then they come back. So for me, Arizona, UCLA was my all-time rival.
Yes.
Pac-12 blows up. I lose Arizona, but I get back to 49ers. So you got to have at least one team you can hate out there.
Yes. No, you have to. Yeah, you got to have one. Jeez. It wouldn't be sports or it wouldn't be fun if you didn't have the one team that you despise. So, no, that's cool, man. Let me see. I know we got no more comments here. I know I see Val. I do see you there. But, yeah, I'm wondering if I should land this plane. Let me just see here. I'm just checking to see if anything happened with some of these games. I know that all the baseball stuff. Wait, did Texas win? Because we know how that race in the AL Central is. Wow, the Angels are putting it on the Astros, I see. 18-2.
Wow.
Yeah, Texas did win.
Or Suzuki's going to be out of a job too here in a couple months.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I know DeGrom Yeah, and I know DeGrom got the 2,000 strikeouts. I guess he got the win tonight.
Yeah, he got the 2000 strikeout. I saw second
Yeah,
fastest player ever. And just imagine he was hurt for so long, and he still was the second fastest player.
I know, which is crazy. Yeah, he pitched great tonight. I know it's the Nationals, but the Nationals got a decent offense. DeGrom, 6 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts.
And imagine if he accepted the trade of the Braves.
Oof, yeah, that would have been. And I'm surprised he didn't do that because I know one of the reason why he left New York was he said that he wanted to be closer to family, but it didn't make any sense that, okay, so why are you in Arlington, Texas? You're in a different time zone. He's from Florida. And I would have thought that since the Braves were trying to get him, that Atlanta, and I don't know, I think it's somewhere in northern Florida where he's from. I would have thought, oh, he's going to take that trade for sure. But yeah, he did not do it. And I was surprised. Oh, it's north of Orlando where he's from. DeLand, Florida.
Maybe it's the no taxes on the Texas. It's got no taxes.
Right, yes. No, you're probably right about that. Yeah, I would say that. Oh, here's the novice. The novice, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much.
See you later.
He says, good night. Hang on one second. Let me just type this in here. All right. Let me just put this up here. Hold on. And then J-Rod. This was fun. Hopefully do this again. I can actually join. Yes. Yeah, we'll do this again. Yeah, I think I probably will land this sucker now there, Bio. And listen, I appreciate you. You know that.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we can maybe before the football season we'll do something. Or maybe even before the playoffs. How great would it be if White Sox are in, if the Tigers somehow, some way get in for J-Rod, you, maybe Ray Yankees. So yeah, who knows? We'll definitely do this again. And no, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Ray. I appreciate Val, Matt, of course, Bio, obviously you for hopping on tonight. And always being supportive, the whole nine. I say it profusely. I'm sure you're probably sick of it, but no, I appreciate that very much, Bio. And
thanks,
for everybody
Jay.
out there who joined in on our first ever sports town hall. Bio, any last words?
Thanks for letting me come on. I've been looking forward to this for a while now, and I feel like if we do this more, we'll get the hang of it, and we'll be able to do a little bit better. So.
Yeah, and I know I put this together kind of last minute. I talked about it last week, and then when Monday came, I said, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to do this coming Thursday." And then but no, I'll make sure to, and not only that, but I'll also put a blast out for more people to hop on board and for more people to maybe even watch for that matter. Because yeah, I had fun. This was great, and no, we'll definitely do it again. Like I said, maybe before the start of the football season, or baseball, whatever, or if a good week for college football, I'll brainstorm. I'll come up with something and make sure to put it together.
I'm here, man, whenever you need me.
Appreciate you, Bio. Thank you so much. And for everybody out there, as you already know, peace, love, and God bless. On the flip. And I'll see you guys Monday.
Yes.
As you already know, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, everybody, on the flip, enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.